Dr. James A. Meyer Community Performing Arts Center, on behalf of our radio stations, Big Frog 104, Oldies 96.1, and Light 98.7, and WIBX 950, we'd like to welcome you to Postcards from Heaven with Medium Maureen Hancock. I just have a couple things to point out before the show starts. Our exits, just in case of emergency, there's 2 in the front, 2 in the back that you came through. And also, if you need to use the restroom during the show, the door back there, there's a little set of stairs, and the bathrooms are right up there as well. There's no food and drink allowed in the theater at all. If you have any purses, can you please get them out of the aisle? Or if you see one of our mic runners kind of getting through, just make sure if you move some stuff here or there, it'll be fine. We'd like to ask that there's no flash photography during the show. So if you have your phones on you, make sure you don't take any photos with flash. And also, speaking of cell phones, let's put those on silent or turn them off at this time. Looking, there's 2 people with their phones, perfect. So without further ado, Medium Maureen Hancock!
Hi everyone. Boo. No. Good night. No. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. First of all, thanks for coming out tonight. No flash photography. You heard there's a lot of dead people up in your area. They're going to haunt your ass. So my long story short, I noticed that I had this ability as a child. I actually had lead paint poisoning. Back in the day when everything was lead paint based, I chewed on the windowsills. Anyone else? Paint chips? No? In the back. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Great. But I spent 3 years in Children's Hospital at Boston, if you couldn't already tell the wicked awesome accent. And when I came home from the hospital, I was 5 years old, and I was in a coma. I had brain shunts. I shouldn't have survived. I ate enough lead to kill 5 male adults. And when I got to come home, which was a miracle in itself, I used to see all these people walking around the house. And I just thought, because we're Irish, my parents had a lot of parties. We were just drunken house guests. Where's the loo? But no, they were spirits. And I remember saying to my sister Maggie, who are all these people? And she was like, shut up, they're going to take you back to the hospital. My nice, red-headed, frickly Irish sister. So it took a while for me to kind of get used to it. I didn't like it. And kids are really open to seeing spirits and angels, and you've probably noticed that in your own lives, or maybe even with yourselves when you were younger. But even babies, you'll see them. They're laughing, it looks like they're following someone. Well, I know it's our loved ones in spirit, and they're trying to let you know that they're not missing out on their lives. And little kids often report, and a lot of parents write to me, and I just got an email recently, my son keeps talking about my father that he never met, and is even calling him by his real name, which nobody knows. So I know that they're just so open to it. We get so scared and ooga-booged by it. It's like, eek, go away. Oh, I thought they were spirits. Hi. You looked a little pasty, I gotta admit. Are you ready to start? This someone sits there. I'm just kidding. It's just your grandfather. Not kidding. So, anyway, so years later, I was in a car accident. That's when this basically hit me in the face. I fell asleep at the wheel. It was a stormy March night, and my grandmother passed away the week before my accident, and she lived with us, amazing woman, head of the God Squad, squeezing the beads, rose face, you know. But I felt this warm rush go through my body. I remember yelling out, and it was her voice. I basically bent the steering wheel in half with my face, broke everything, my car was crushed. And when the fire rescue team came, I was standing outside of this completely crushed vehicle. They brought the jaws of life, they tried to set it up. And then the woman who came to the door called 911. She was like, you don't know, that's her. And they were like, how did you get out of the car? And I was like, I think I opened the door. And they were like, no, you didn't. Look at your car. And it was crushed. There was no way. So I know it was my grandmother. I know she was there. It was divine intervention. I was set up for all kinds of surgery. I remember being in the CAT scan and I have a brain injury and I'm feeling sick and I hear a voice above me, Maureen, are you okay? I was like, God, is that you? This really happened. And I was like, I think I'm okay. Maureen, look above you. I was like, I can't, I'm not ready. And then I heard, this is Dr. Rabinowitz. There was a little round circle above me, a little speaker, and all the nurses did that. You're God. It's just a Jewish doctor. But anyway. So I was set up for all kinds of surgery. I was at a local hospital first, sent to Mass General in Boston. And when they took the second CAT scan and they were planning all these different surgeries I needed, everything was healed. The second CAT scan showed no breaks. It was unbelievable. They kept bringing in doctors and nurses and trying to explain it away. And being one of 9, several of us have had near-death experiences with a coma family from Boston. But I'm not even the best miracle. My sister was hit by a car at 15, pronounced brain dead. My parents had to make the agonizing decision to remove life support. And she didn't pass. She was in a coma for a year. I mean, they were about to donate organs, everything. And she survived. She was completely paralyzed when she came out of the coma after a year, which was crazy in itself. And we had our confirmation together in the rehab, and she stood up out of the wheelchair and said, I'm gonna walk to the bishop. And my mother had a little heart attack, like we were all like, no, you can't. And she did, and she walked to the bishop. So that's all in the best-selling book by Maureen Hancock, The Medium Next Door. Come on, that's funny. You're all like, where am I dead? So I try to keep it light so that we can raise the energy in the room because they like to see you laugh and celebrate the memories. You've already felt an ocean with tears, but tonight is just about celebrating life. Obviously I don't get to everyone, but I'll be all around the room. I make a lot of connections. We have a couple of microphone runners who, if I'm making a connection, I'll have you stand up. They might hand you a mic. Try not to do this. We'll do it all the time. I'll remind you to hold the mic up so that everyone can hear and so that I can hear. I might bring you down to my little stage area down here. Let me know if you're with family. Sometimes people try to trick me. I'll sit in the back and trick her. I'm not that good. Don't get your hopes up. No. So after the accident, I started to notice that I was hearing things. I'd be just driving down the street. Hi, I'm Bill. Get out, Bill. But I was working with hospice when it all kind of came out. And that's what I do now. I work with end-stage cancer patients, mostly children, and it's the most gratifying work and humbling and perspective-building work. Don't sweat the small stuff. I'm telling you, when you see people on Facebook feeling irritated, I'm like, shut up. Come with me for a day. You won't. But you won't sweat the small stuff. But we've all been there, right? So I was working on this young woman when this first happened. I'm rubbing her feet, do a lot of massage and praying over the sick and Reiki. And I kept hearing, tell her Angelina's here. I'm like, what the heck is happening? So I said, do you know someone named Angelina? And she was like, that was my mother's name. She passed away 3 years ago. And I was like, oh shit, see you later. It was hard to take in, I guess, at first. But then amazing things would happen, and people would say to me, my pain's lifted, or little miracles happen along the way. So I knew then that I was working for the God Squad. And so I work with parents who have recently lost children too. I work with FBI and police all over the country. I recently spoke at the National FBI Conference, because, right? 500 guys, you ready? I'll put my vodka down. So I said to this guy, your brother's here. Oh yeah? What's he saying? And I kept hearing, Jim. And I go, he's saying Jim. And he goes, I don't know anyone named Jim. And everybody yelled, Jimmy. He goes, yeah? What's your name? He goes, I'm not dead. So they like to bring up names the living as well as those past, please keep that in mind. I get first and middle, an occasional last name, but mostly first and middle. So, and you'll go blank. It's psychic amnesia. When you get in a reading, you just get so nervous. That's why I use lighthearted laughter, so that you can relax, so that you can let them in, because you can close off the lines of communication. So, I think we're just about ready. Oh, double connections happen quite a bit. So I might be over here reading, someone way in the back is like, I swear she's talking to me, she just named everyone in my family. It's okay to let me know I'm having a double connection, but take it home with you. You'll feel it in your heart, trust that it's a message and they found another way to get through to you. I feel that they know who's suffering the most in here, so trust, whomever gets a message is supposed to. But you're probably gonna hear something. So take it home with you. So I'm ready to go. I got my Patron. Is this stairs? I wish I knew it's electric. Oh please. I need GPS. Oh wait. Don't trip on that. The blonde chemicals. Then what? Okay. And expect the unexpected. You just got here, car accident. Now I talk to the dead. Thank you. Okay. That's the short version. Oh, loosen up, people! I need a bar. So, if someone comes through that you're not expecting, let them come in, because it may take someone that you wouldn't expect to bring through your special guest. Maybe the drunk uncle shows up. Let him in. Look, there's other spirits in heaven. Jose Cuervo. But I was reading this woman and bringing this man through, and she had her head down and she was shaking her head, so I started to pat her shoulder like, it's okay. And she looks up, ugh, what does he want? I'm looking for someone else. She starts calling my face. And I just went, please enjoy the music while your party is located. Scared. See, the more you laugh, the more the energy sort of raises, and they like to see you smile, like I said. So, yeah, I think we're about ready to go. So where are my mic runners? We got you and you. Hi. Oh, it's all right. Relax. Usually a little bit in, then I'll have you get to work. And I did an auditorium like this recently, and I pointed to this woman in the middle, and I said, oh, your husband's here. Can I get a mic over there, right? And the guy next to her went, what mic? His name is Mike. I didn't have the heart. I was like, well, we need you. It's just next to me.